Everything else has kind of just been a blossom that we've seen throughout the course of the year.
Well, you have to really do a great job scouting Keyshawn George, because you really didn't know what he did unless you really paid attention and fine line in the technical details. What he did unless you really paid attention and fine line in the technical details. I mean, this is a guy that only played 17 minutes a game in college for 1 year and only shot the ball 7 times a game. For 1 year and only shot the ball 7 times a game.
Toronto turns the basketball over on their first possession, leads to this step-back three by Poole. Poole passing it over to Sarr, straight on three, cashes in, pure jumper.
I think that's the next step, and that comes with just repetition and experience in this league. Because some guys, they just go up and they just keep their head into the sky and never look to where they're going to land. And most of the times when you're landing.
Quickly over to Ochai Agbaji. Agbaji aggressive inside, but he was fouled.
You got to remember the last 2 games in Toronto.
It is, and you ask anybody, or if you've seen Baltimore basketball, Derek Queen and Bub Carrington are prototypes with their size from where they come from. Jordan Poole is a prototype from distance.
And that ain't it. Tyrese Halliburton in the mix too. So that's definitely inside of his range. And you can see the career numbers versus the Raptors. That's 12 games. Pretty consistent if you ask me. Shout out to Paul Evans.
Now you acting like he don't want to shine now. Now he just Sarr guarding Pirtle. Nice cut to the lane by Lawson. And we saw his offensive exploits during that 2-game trip up in Toronto.
Did we? Thought they was about to rip up his contract and turn into a standard NBA contract.
JP is on one early here in the first quarter.
Then they tackled him again on the other side of the court like it was a game winner. Then they waved the basket off.
And I like this expression afterwards. He kind of just shrugged his shoulders like, oh, well.
Did you see the crowd, though?
Exactly. 107 threes, 160 assists, 50 blocks. I mean, he's putting up numbers that a lot of these rookies that are in that conversation are not putting up.
Staying afloat and stable with stable numbers. You got to remember, Keyshawn George missed a significant time with an injury right before the All-Star break. So post-All-Star break, graham crackers and apple juice and a movie day, huh? When the teacher's rolling in that TV, you knew what time it was.
Exactly. Jordan inside to tie the game up at 42. Toronto's gone over 3 minutes without scoring, and Alex turns away Robinson, not once, but twice.
Do it again.
Get you another one.
Do it again.
Get that out of here. Great defense by the Wizards. Carrington inside on a kick. JP, baseline, left-hand layup, good. 15 first-half points for Jordan Poole. JP.
He's in a rhythm.
Look at Bub in there fighting for it. The offensive rebound and put back by Carrington. 4 separating shot and game clock. Oh, take away.
Good hands by Bub.
JP with 5 on the shot clock, loses the handle, but he was fouled. JP to beat the buzzer. Toronto will go into the locker room. Battle moving without the rock. Quickly,
that's his move. We got to get your hand out of there.
And count the basket as Champagne's going to be called for goaltending. % from the field and 85 from the charity stripe.
And that's trickling down, Chris. He was around 18 and a half about a month ago, so this is a tale of the fact. Why would you make that face right there?
Like, can you imagine? Raptors turn the basketball over.
Agbaji out of bounds. Here's Poole, turns corner, fires 3.
And still feeling that pain. Shed got caught.
Champagne ahead to Sarr, out on the run. Laying it up and through is Jordan Poole.
In the last 30 seconds of play, Washington's gone on a 7-0 run to cut into Toronto's lead. One of our camera operators being helped up on the other end of the floor. Poole! Regular season. In another season, Jordan. Deep 3, misses that one, Shed. A.J. Johnson was wired and scored 17. And 11 points from Tristan Vukcevic, but it was not enough as the Toronto Raptors come into D.C. and pick up the 112-104 victory.